Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Magi, the Kingdom of Magic, episode 9 review. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The series link is in the description box down below on Crunchyroll.com. That's right, Crunchyroll, where you can view for yourself legally, or if you live in the States and probably in Canada. Again, in Europe, different story, so Google search will do you a lot of justice. Now, this week's episode, Magi, way, Alibaba SALUUUJA. Yo, I like it. SALUUUJA. I love that shit. Yo, if I have a son, his middle name, SALUUUJA. I'm gonna make it, we're making it happen. Either way, let's move on. Honestly, the fight between him and Todo was fucking beautiful. It was beautiful. It was fast-paced, well-animated, dynamic. And all the while, Alibaba was poning with a smile on his face. Like, yeah. Stabs everywhere. And the reason why I like his sword style so much, because I've seen a lot of sword styles in a lot of anime. Oh man, a lot of sword styles. But the reason why I find his sword style very appealing is two reasons. Number one, he puts his hand behind his back. And it's very egotistical. But it's a stance that is of a hierarchical, basically, because I can't say the word right now. Basically, it's the stance of a king. Okay? Of a stance of someone of nobility, a royal stance, and it's almost as if like he's putting his hand behind his back as he's giving you leeway, or he's giving you a handicap. And I like it because it's cocky, and I'm cocky, so I can relate to that shit. That's number one. Number two is that because he has no shield, he has to evade a lot of the strikes, and in this episode we see that because Todo has a shield, so she's able to block attacks, but he has no shield, and every time she swung he had to dodge, and he was very swift, and that's my title, very swift. Oh no, I'll add something to it, like very swift, Alibaba SALUUUJA, whatever. The thing here is that I like it, because it makes the fights in the anime a lot more dynamic when your character is forced to, well, not forced, but when their character design in combat, their foundation is primarily to dodge and evade. And when he was just dodging, and like, especially when it came to the part where she cut the pillar and he ducked underneath the pillar to try and get a strike underneath her, and when he was able to actually combine his royal stance with what he learned from Sharnak or Sharkan, and he's able to actually parry the sword strikes away. It was beautiful. The flow of the fight was overall beautiful. It slowed down when she first used her Magoi manipulation, like the Qui Long sword or something like that. Basically, because the key is it's Magi, or it's Magoi. It's Magoi. So key equals Magoi, and it was called the Qui Long sword. And then like she hit him twice, and then the fight slowed down considerably. But after that, it picked up immediately, and then he started doing like the same old Alibaba swings, parries. So he incorporated parries into the flow of his swordsmanship, which was beautiful. So that was a very good fight, well animated, well paced. Loved it. Now, when it came to the rest of the episode, first of all, the beginning. He winds up running. He winds up running into like the Doug Trio brothers, all right? SL and Nano, whatever their names are, right? The Three Stooges, okay? And these dudes apparently are like fat cats now because they own some casino or some gambling sect in the Lem Empire, or the Lam Empire, whatever you want to call it. In the manga, it's Rem. I like Rem better than Lem, but whatever. And the thing here is that they actually assist him in his time of need, because he wound up getting there to the Lem Empire, but he was duped on the ship because he got drunk, and apparently the ship was actually owned by some pirates, and so they just stole all his shit and they just hauled ass. And the only thing that they didn't take was a sword. Because while he was sleeping naked, he was hugging on that shit like, so he was good to go. Well, not really, because he had no food or money, but still, he had a sword, so he has to pay his debts now. And that's at the end of the episode, after we meet, I think his name is Shambal Rama, something like that. Yeah, Shambal Rama. Let's stick with that. Shambal Rama. Okay, let's go down. And the thing here is that after the fight with Tota, okay, after he pretty much embarrasses her, because after I think he parries one of her sword strikes, and then she gets the straps for her chest plate cut, and then she falls onto the ground. Her father stops the fight, and she's like, "No, I can still fight." He's like, "Look at yourself." And of course, she's like, "What are you talking about?" And at that moment, the incision on the straps, like, activates, I suppose. Her chest plate falls down to the ground, titties bouncing in the wind. Every dude's like, yeah, dig old titties. And the thing here is that it was funny because Alibaba at the same time, he's like, like he turns towards us, the camera, the viewers. He's blushing. He's like, yeah. So, still funny as always. Now, when it came to the later part of the episode, it was surprising because we find out that had he not come to Shambal, Rama, and the Yambala people, the Yambala gladiators, the Magi manipulators, he would have died. And I guess you can compare it because I've never been in this situation, but I guess that you can compare it to like to someone who's just found out that they have a terminal illness or cancer. Because had nothing had been done, he would have died. And he had no idea of this. He had no idea of the effect of 2 Magoys in his body. And the thing here is that it's very similar to a cancer. Like, it's very similar to someone who has just found out that they have cancer, because he was in perfect health before. He believed that everything was A-okay with his body. He was in a pristine condition. He could fight against Toto just fine. Even before then, the whole thing with Sinbad and Hakuryu and Orba and all that stuff, he seemed A-okay. But we now find out that had nothing had been done, he would have died. So it's just very surprising. And that shock factor, I think, is on the same level as like someone, like you can relate to that. Someone just found out that they had cancer. It's like, really? Hold on a second. I just played ball a few days ago. I work out regularly. I feel fine, but I have cancer? Really? So it's up there when it comes to shock value. And what they do now, because they don't know what to really do, but he's gonna have to like repay his debt, pretty much, for the acupuncture treatment. He's not getting it free. And at this point in time, he's in the stadium, and he's fighting against like a super silverback, like straight up like a monkey on steroids, like King Kong Jr. Knuckles down, like, and you're like, bro, that's a big bitch, huge. And he's like, wait a second, what? I thought it was a Coliseum. I thought that this was fucking Sparta, where you fight in a Coliseum. Spartacus. Yeah. Oh my god. Yo, I stopped at season 2, man. Gannicus was my dude. I love Gannicus. Alright, moving on. The thing here is that when you think about his situation, he should be fine, because he has a Jin equip. But there's something going on, because we have Scheherazade, and she's watching him, and the Rook are circling around him. So we see the third Magi, and behind her we see this guy who has Fonelli's hair, so we can assume he's a Fonellis. It's the same hair color as Morgiana Masaru. He has the same slanted eyes. Not trying to be racist. He has the same slanted eyes. This guy's a Fonellis. That's very obvious. This guy, so Fonellis, Rem, Lem, whatever we call it, Empire. Just saying. I mean, hey, it was in the promo in the first episode. Just saying. Just saying. So, but either way, one more thing. Specifically, the two Magos inside Alibaba's body, because the way it was depicted about how he would die is like his body would be torn apart. The analogy was a horse and buggy, and you being pulled to like parts, to pieces, pretty much. The thing here is that when they showed the outline, it was very strange, but we can assume safely that it's from Kashin. Kashin, because we see the outline. We see Alibaba in the middle, he's glowing white. Then we see the other Magoi, which apparently is actually greater than Alibaba's own Magoi. And that's Kashin's Magoi. And it's black. But it's weird because it's like black would symbolize Dark Rook, the Rook of regression. But yet, when we saw him, he entered the Great White Flow. He was there for program. When he died in the White Rook. He was, in the part of the, he returned to the Great White Flow, pretty much. So, the thing here is that why on earth would, because I think that when I think about it now, the ring on it, like his earring, that I think that they always highlight nowadays, which I'm pretty sure is where the Magoi stems from Kashi. I believe that earring is actually a different color. Like normally his earrings are like gold or like yellow whitish color, but this one's like purple black. So I mean, I don't know, because like you'd figure that, because obviously like this is some kind of parting gift from Kashi to Alibaba. Because if Alibaba were to gain mastery over this Magoi, it'd make him stronger considerably. But then again, yeah, it would make him stronger. It really would. And the thing here is that I'm just trying to figure out, why is it black? Like that's my question. Why is it black? And plus, I forget when he got the ring too. Someone go back in the story. I'll do it too, but someone go back into the story. And if you have free time, tell me when he got the earring. Like, was the earring always there? And he got it after the whole Baba incident? Or, correction, like, A, was it always there? And when Kashin died, did his Magoi go into that earring specifically? Or B, did he get that after the whole Baba incident? And then Kashin's essence came with that? Now, I don't know. But just let me know, because I'm going to go back in the story and I'll see, and you guys do it too if you guys want to. And let people know in the comment section down below. So, I'm done. The episode rating overall, I liked it. I really did. I thought it was a good episode. Again, animation was on point. And they did make a fair amount of story progression. We see a Elise, aside from Masaru and Morgiana, which is surprising. We see the third Magi of the series, Scheherazade. We have now introduced the Yambala and, Sparta pretty much. And the Yambala warriors, including Toto and Shambal Ramal. We find out that Alibaba was going to die. He was going to die had he not done something about the two Magoi side of his body. Which actually could be similar to Sinbad. Because, again, the folklore, he was apparently halfway in depravity, but it could be different, because maybe it's just, it is different, because it's all his own Magoi. So it's not two separate Magois, it's all his own Magoi, but half it's like dark, half it's light, according to what we saw from folklore, according to what Isnan said. And oh yeah, right, and of course the gladiator, they're actually gonna fight now, with this massive super silverback on steroids. So we'll see how it goes. But overall, it was a good episode of Magi, and I'm signing out. Be sure to, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day.